Hi everyone, welcome back to Grandpa Mark's Hobbies and build update number 4 of the Revell 68 Dodge Dart HEMI 2-in-1 kit. Well, we've got a bunch going on here, so let's just dive in. The guys have been checking all this stuff out, and I got some things to tell you about what I tried and what worked the other day, and I'm really happy about it. So let me move this out of the way first. And we're going to slide the body over, move the hood out the way. Our body right now is just painted. There's nothing on it except for paint. I didn't prime it. I didn't do anything like that. It's the Tamiya's titanium gold, which is X31. I've fallen in love with this color. But I wanted to show you, and I'm not going to do it on the top here, just in case things go awry. But I'm going to show you. This is after 4 days of sitting. No primer, just paint, smooth as glass. It holds on there really well. What I need to do now is I need to do wet sanding. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use Quick Shine as my clear coat. And I want to show you something because I tried it the other day and it worked, and now I'm going to start using the Quick Shine all the time just because of what it just, or how it just worked out for me. So let me move the hood and the body back over to the paint booth and check the spoon out here. I'm going to pull this up. That is 2 coats of Quick Shine, let dry in between coats, about 45 minutes. It would have been a half an hour, but I got busy playing with other things. I'm happy with the shine. I'm not going to get any better than that with whatever I do. But what I did, and I found out it works, is I wet sanded it with 3000 sandpaper, dried it off, wiped it down real nice, and man, I'm telling you, that's smooth as glass. I wiped it down real nice, and then I came in and very quickly, just one teeny dab of the Tamiya's polishing compound, rubbed it until it came off all the way and it was cleared. Gave it a quick polish with just the dry rag, and then I switched over to Tamiya's Fine. I did the same thing, and I'm happy with that. So now I know that I can wet sand, I can clear coat with Quick Shine, and I can use Tamiya's polishing compound right on the Quick Shine, and it doesn't destroy it. So that's a plus, and that's why I spray spoons. Just so I could test things out like that. I prepped the spoon just like I would prep the car. I washed it. I sanded it with 2500 grit sandpaper, not wet, just dry, just to give it a little bit of scratch coat. And then the same amount of paint that I put on the car, every coat on the car got a coat on the spoon. And that way I know what the heck I'm doing, and if things fail, like they did with my Vallejo primer, I got a kind of a telltale, tell me what happened. But there we go. Once again, I'm happy with that, and now I'll quit bugging you. The other thing I did is my interior got a coat of the XF60 dark yellow. This is my version of Desert Tan. I love this color. I've used it a lot. I just got a new jar because there wasn't enough to paint a fly. So I sprayed everything, all the interior with that. And then yesterday, I came back and I hit the seats and anything that's not carpet with Quick Shine. That's 2 coats. Half an hour dry time between. What I did here before I did the Quick Shine And on this too, is I took the Molotov pen and I did everything, all the chrome, well, most of the chrome, because I am going to tape this off and paint this with the titanium gold on the top. And then I'll come back and I'll highlight this one chrome strip here. But the Molotov pens seem like they just stay soft forever. So I put them on, I leave it sit a week, and then I hit it with Future 2 coats. One coat, leave half an hour dry, and then another coat. And that seals them in to where now I'm not going to be rubbing them off. And good detail in the door panel too, by the way. Revell sure did do a good job with that. So there's the door panel. Back to the seats. I came in around this little diamond. I saw it online and I liked the look. So I did the same thing. I used a folk art that's plaid, I guess. This is called tapioca. I mixed it, just thinned it out a little bit with water so it would flow better, and then I just painted that on. And what's nice about that is if something messes up, I can take it off with a Q-tip or a toothpick. So I like that diamond on these. It really looked neat on the real car, and I thought, geez, oh Pete, I can do that. So I did it on the seats too, and they look good. That center line is Molotov pen chrome, and I did that when I did all the door panels and the dash and all that. So it sat for about a week, and then I futured it last night, and then I can come back today and I can do that white trim, or the off-white trim on there, and make things just stand out. I'll let that sit, and then I will come back over that one more time just with on the white. I won't do the whole seat because I don't want to get these too glossy, but I will do that white with the semi-gloss after a few days of just letting that settle in and dry. But boy, those seats look nice. I love these seats. So there are the seats, moving along. Our engine now has a return spring. I did do that video on how to wire it, so that's up. I used the Excel wires again. I like the yellow. I really like the yellow on this orange. Again, I did the return spring out of just my 32 AWG wire. That I can put a link in the description if you'd all like, with that, along with the solder that I use. The coils in, just I painted that gloss black and dropped that in. I didn't do semi-gloss black because I wanted a little bit more shine to it, and that's the only reason. I drilled out for the PCV lines. I looked online, and a couple engines had them to where they ran. The other engines had them to where they didn't have these little chrome caps on them, but they just had the PCV just went right into the valve cover. But a lot of them I've seen did have those chrome caps on there, the stubs, and the PCV lines running out. Now this one I'll use the black one so you can see. This one is going to come up and around over the coil and in, and then this one comes around here and goes right into the side of the air cleaner. So I also drilled out the air cleaner, which just got another coat of quick shine on it. Drilled it out right there, I think. Let me see. Yeah, right here. I just drilled that out with a finger bit, and once I glue that in, I'll run the solder over to that. That's my larger solder, which I would show you, but if I did, the whole camera assembly would fall over because that's my anchor for it. But it's this big. I don't know what size it is. It was given to me by a friend, and there's about 9 miles on it. So it's going to be years before I ever have to order it. It's just, it looks the right size. I looked over one day and said, ha, that looks like PCV line. It also is about the same size as the radiator line I use, or the heater hose lines I use, which are over here. See, it's really close, so I can get away with it. But I did a long piece because I have this PCV line, I have this PCV line to run around, and I also have the vacuum booster that comes all the way over here and up in. So I'm hoping I made myself enough to do all of them. And that'll about wrap the engine, except for, you know, putting the alternator on and things like that. And I got to put my Fram oil filter on the cover. So the engine's about ready to drop. My frame went to the spray booth. It got all flat black, the whole thing, because I was testing out that new Neo Echo airbrush that they sent me out. So I painted everything flat black, and then last night I have a little cup full of quick shine that I keep, and that's what I did to the upper frame. So the chassis, the chassis panel is the flat black. The upper frame is also flat black with just one coat of quick shine on it. And I'm telling you, I think it's easier to use the quick shine than it is to paint that by hand with semi-gloss black. It flows so much nicer off the brush than paint does, just because it's a lot thinner. But it does a really good job of turning that semi-gloss. Now I said this was going to be a driver's car, so I am going to do a weathering on this, which is, it's simple. I did do a video on here. I'll put a link. Let's try putting it right here, the link to the video. If you're watching it on TV, you won't ever see that, but if you're watching it on your phone or your computer, you'll be able to click on there, and I'll also put it down below in the description. But it's super simple to do, and before I do it, I have to do the gas tank, and then I'll let that sit for 2 or 3 days maybe before I do the weathering. I'm going to weather that, and I'll weather the exhaust all at the same time. And I'm going to weather the exhaust before I do the chrome tips, just because I don't want to handle the chrome tips. I still have to drill them. I'll drill them before I weather it, but I'm not going to do the Molotov on that until after these are weathered. So, and that's just because I don't want to mess up that the Molotov pen. It's, like I said, it's that soft. So let me move that out of the way. We showed you the door panels again with the quick shine and Molotov pen. Real easy. I do have to put the gold on there, like I said. I did the steering wheel, which I think came out great. That's just the XF60 and then a Molotov pen for the chrome. Easy peasy. I did my radiator cap, and what I did is I did a dot of gold in the center, and then I went around it with silver gel pen. That's a dot of gold gel pen. Here's the silver, and whoops, there's the gold. And if you're interested, there's the Molotov. So these are what I usually use for doing the silver and chrome and stuff like that. But that little drop of gold in the center sure sells the point that that's the radiator cap. Steering column, got Molotov penned, and I did that ring around it too, because I wanted to. Let's see if I can get that to focus for you. Again, I quick shined everything, and then I did the Molotov pen tonight over top of the quick shine. It flows better on that, and then I will let that go, and I'll hit the quick shine one more time though with the Molotov pen one more time with a quick shine, to seal it in after about a week when it dries. I fixed this. If it'll focus. I told you that I highlighted the letters and then I put red on the P. Well, I was told, and I remembered as soon as you said it, the P's not supposed to be red. The R is supposed to be red. So I redid it, and now the R is red and the P is silver again. So again, thank you for not letting me mess up. And I do listen and I do correct when I can. Now, I'm going to show you this, and then I will let you go. But here's my dash. I'm really happy with how this dash came out. The areas where it needed to be chromed were high enough to where I was able to just use the gel pen and just run it across there. No muss, no fuss. I did the silver around the trim first. I did all the knobs, the radio buttons, the heater, and all that first. I painted inside here with my accent real black and let that dry. Then I came back with that silver gel pen and went across in there, and then I took a red pointy, this one's blue, but it was a red pointy marker, and I did the needles in there, which are probably almost impossible to see because my camera just loves chrome, or loves the silver. And then I came back after all that was done. I let it sit for a few days and I hit everything with quick shine. And then tonight I came back and I did the rest of the black and, you know, just fill in on the black, and we are good to go. The green is the Tamiya's, I think it's X28 clear green. No, it's X25 clear green. I'm sorry. For the radiator dial, I like doing that with the clear green. And now there's that. Remember we cut out for the ashtray. Here's the ashtray. I painted it silver. I made the little part that holds the cigarette with the hole in it. And then I made a couple of cigarette butts. Put them in there. Put one longer cigarette in there. Like it's still lit. I didn't paint it red. I just painted ash like it burned itself out. I know it's hard to see on the video, so here's a picture of it. That whole thing probably took me from start to finish over a couple of days, but accumulated, I bet you it took me an hour, maybe an hour and a half. And I think this is going to be well worth that time, because check out how cool that is. So there is my dash, my ashtray with a bunch of punks that were smoking cigarettes on the way to school. Everything else, we're moving right along. I want to say we're just about into the 20-minute mark on this, so I don't want to hold you anymore, but I do want to thank everybody for the kind words, the suggestions, the corrections. You tell me I stink, you tell me I'm great. I will answer all of that, and I will do what I can to correct whatever I can. But right now, I will let you go, and you all have a great night and a better week. Thanks for watching.